Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers the magazines for kids who are 17. But I don't know what to do, staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. Some, they are certain of what awaits them when it all ends. But I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know, I don't know. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away like lines in the sand?
Welcome. Today I'm somewhere a little bit different. Not far from where I was born and grew up. I'm in the town of Lancaster. Or shall I say city of Lancaster, actually. Presently I'm actually walking beside the great walls of Lancaster Castle, which remains actually part of the Duchy of Lancaster, which is private estates owned by the monarch. So currently, King Charles. It's actually one of the things that many people don't realise about the system in the UK, that most of what's called the Crown Estates doesn't belong to the royal family and the monarch as such. Only the duchies belong to people. But I'm not really here today to actually talk about the castle. Although, I think one of the most interesting ones, though, would probably be the story of the Pendle Witches who were tried here. But I think that's probably a story for another day. If you're interested in hearing about that story, then please leave a comment and let me know. Today I'm actually here to talk to Ian, who runs my favourite coffee shop here in Lancaster. And that shop's called Atkinson's, and is not young.
So, my name is Ian Steele. I'm the keeper of the flame at Atkinson's Coffee Roasters and Tea Merchants. I'm the head of the family firm. We're 185 years old, just this month. It established in 1837, so right at the beginning of Victoria's reign, and now still going strong in King Charles III's reign. It went through 6 generations of the original family of Atkinson's, and then down a line called the Rileys. We took it over in 2005, and our family, we are the Steeles, and we are my wife and I, and our 2 sons, Maitland and Casper, and my sister-in-law Mandy, Sue's sister, and her husband Ian. I used to roast all the coffee in the business, every single bean. Atkins has always had retail and wholesale accounts, quite a good, strong business for that. That means that we need to look after something like 150 to 200 other companies. When we first opened the music room, our first cafe, which is a beautiful, as you know, 1730s Rococo pavilion, it's quite an astounding building. That was our first foray. We sort of crossed the line from being just a supplier to the wholesale sector to being an operator in it. In actual fact, our customers gained a lot more from it because we were now able to practice what we preached. We knew how to set up and run a cafe, and it's a beautiful, beautiful building, an amazing, iconic building, I think. And that was about 2010. So that's 12 years ago. And then about 2000, we're celebrating 10 years of the Hall. It was a drug and alcohol abuse clinic for the NHS.
Okay.
And it's been that for like 20 years or something. But I noticed that they hadn't been there really for like 18 months. It was vacant. I mean, I had no room for my beans. I was getting these sacks delivered, and we were getting through so much. We were expanding rapidly. So I was looking for somewhere to store my beans. And I thought, oh, well, this space is all right. Found out it was owned by the church, because it is the Priory Hall. It's the parish hall of the Priory. And it was built as such in 1936. It was open. But we couldn't see that then, because all we saw was horrible little tatty offices. We had a broom, and we knocked the ceiling tile out of the broom. We saw this incredible arched ceiling. And we scraped away at the floor a little NHS blue floor tile and found, is that wood? It could be wood underneath, you know? Yeah, wow. Well, we uncovered 110 square metres of Canadian maple parquet flooring. So we built the bar out of the parquet flooring and some of the other furniture, and so upcycled some of the roasters to make people think about where the coffee comes from. We built some of the booths out of pallets, the very pallets that the coffee had come on. And we had the grand piano in there. We used to have fantastic nights of singing and dancing and all the rest of it. We used to hold Lindy Hop classes in there. And there were still beans knocking around. It became a meeting place for people, and it became a place for baristas to learn their skills. We had a training room. We realised that we had an opportunity to try and get everybody in our sector to just be a little bit more what we call speciality. I love the fact that Lancastrians and visitors alike really appreciate that. They know when they come in the shop they're getting this great premium product.
So I was particularly interested in how Atkinson's goes about finding its coffee.
Pretty much all the coffee now that we have from all the different origins, I have been to and I've met the farmers and I've chosen that coffee for one reason or another. We'll get in some 4x4s and then drive up into the mountains, because the coffee's always up in the mountains and the roads get worse and worse and the coffee gets better and better. Give me your best coffee. Which one is it? It's this plot here. Great, I'll have that one and I'll pay you more for it. So that's the a rather strange business model. We go around telling our suppliers to put their prices up.
So one of the things about the castle is that for quite a long time it was used as a prison. It's only in recent years that it's been opened to the public, and now is fully open with tours available. And actually, as it turns out, inside is Atkinson's latest cafe. So for me that poses a question. How did they come to have a cafe in the castle?
That started a long time ago. We had to tender for it. They showed us the plans and it was absolutely mind-blowing what the opportunity was, because they were ripping out certain buildings and certain tatty porter cabins and things that had been there actually since the 1850s. It was an area that had been blocked off from view. In living memory, nobody's ever seen that part of the castle. But actually, we produced lots of mood boards. I was a textile designer, I was a TV producer in our previous life. So we're all on the creative side. We pitched for it. We showed them all these mood boards. We wanted kind of became a no-brainer really that it should be Atkinson's that would run it. And we went on to win the best food and drink establishment in the Northwest. You know, we know we've got great coffee, but we know people, you know, they maybe don't come just for the coffee, for the ambience and the feeling, you know, where they want to be. I go there, you know, every day, and I still pinch myself. It's just amazing. Your spot, what a great spot. You know, whichever way you look, it's a great view down there, and it's a great view inside. So yeah, so we're really onto the science of it now, making great coffees that we can repeat. And you know, do justice to the work that the farmers have done before us.
So, I hope you enjoyed that, and it'll inspire you to go and visit Atkinson's and Lancaster as a whole. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the links below